yeah, I seen his headlights up the road there a bit, pretty far, you know. And I was thinking, oh fuck, that's his car, you know. So I walked out, I was walking towards it and did a little twirl and showed him, and there's no weapons, and told him to get out of the car. But first gear, second gear, third gear, and I just thought, nah, this cunt's a weak cunt. He's not going to hit me, you know. And fucking bang, and he just clipped me, that cunt. Yeah, I don't know if you could see it, but there's a big fuck. They cut me open from here all the way down to the back here. I'd have, I'd have 1,000 stitches. I had about 60 staples. Like I had tubes hanging out of my lungs, bro, for a week. You know, 3 ribs went through my lungs. It was pretty. Yeah, he fucked me up. The whole left side of my body was all kind of fucked up. Yeah, my shoulder blades were snapped. When he hit me, I hit the ground. Like I kind of blacked out for a second, but then everything started coming back, and I could see him like parked up at the road, but staring at me. I thought, oh fuck, and I couldn't move. Me, I was thinking, fuck, this cunt's gonna run me over, you know. And I was looking, and then there was nothing, you know. And then all of a sudden, my fingers started moving and my feet. And I don't know how I did it. I pushed myself off the ground, bro, and I just coughed up a heap of blood. And it just felt like jelly, man. I was just like, oh fuck, you know. And then I told my mate, you know, I said, you got to get me to the hospital, bro. And he's like, why? I said, bro, there's something happening inside me. I could feel it, man. I'm gonna die. And he's like, nah. I said, bro. I said, get me to the hospital. The hospital wasn't even that far, Palmerston Hospital that we went to. Because I was in that much pain, every fucking bump hurt. You know what I mean? I'm like, fuck. But this cunt's driving up behind us, ramming us in his Hilux with his fucking bullbar and shit, you know. But then my mate chucked it in reverse and we rammed him, and then he's fucked off, and we finally got to Palmerston Medical Centre, and yeah, as soon as we got there, like blood everywhere, fuck, I was coughing up shit. And close of death, I still remember in the back of the ambulance there, they strapped me up to the machine, they cut all my clothes off. The paramedic that was checking in my vitals and stuff like that, they're like, we need to do it now, we're losing him. And then boom, I was gone, bro. That's all I remember.
Welcome back, guys. Episode 20 and final episode of Season 1 of the Tonksy Media Podcast. Man, it's been a hell of a ride. I'm absolutely overwhelmed by the engagement that this podcast has gained, and, just the people that I've met along the way. I haven't only met these people, but I've made some good friends out of this experience, and I'm truly blessed. In saying that, I'm honoured to introduce this guest, telling his story for the first time. He's recently blown up on social media. Born and raised in Darwin, Northern Territory, had a pretty average upbringing with lots of alcohol around him from a young age. Before long, he was out on the streets, committing crimes. He eventually joined an outlaw motorcycle club and quickly became the Sergeant-at-Arms through the violent nature that he had and the reputation for being an aggressive fighter. It's my absolute honour to introduce to you and telling his story for the first time, Shannon Outhouse. Welcome, brother.
Yeah, no worries, thank you.
No worries, bro. First time telling your story, bro. First time on a podcast, mate. I'm going to hit you with one question straight up. Why did you agree to come on this podcast and share your story, bro? And what do you hope the viewers get out of hearing you share your story, mate?
Yeah, no, look, I believe that, you know, like, word needs to get out, and stories need to be told, and, you know, you need somebody that can do that and be able to get up and stand up and act on that stuff. And, you know, I've seen and heard about your podcast, and, you know, I thought, yeah, fucking know if I'll get involved in this, you know. And, you know, like after being locked up in the system for so long, and just seeing all the, you know, all the hate and all the anger and, you know, all the missed birthdays and stuff from families and kids and stuff like that, and the parents, you know, like, you know, depression and anxiety and, you know, like the heartache and stuff like that, you know, like I just thought, you know, like when I get out of prison, you know, like I'd like to get out and, you know, like start getting their messages and stuff like that out there and try help them, you know.
Yeah, awesome, bro. You know, and it's a spin out to you know, see somebody like yourself that has got such a notorious past, bro. You know, such an horrific past that can come out and turn their life around and, you know, have that want to help others. Like it's amazing, bro. It really is.
Yeah, no, definitely. You know what I mean? Like, is you know, especially in prison, man. Like, you know, like seeing all the young juvies and stuff like that when they turn 18, they all getting transferred from, you know, Don Dale or Alice Springs Juvie Centre and into the men's prison. You know what I mean? And you know, they're all coming in, and some of them, you know, they're all freaked out and scared and shit. I used to just grab them and take them under my wing and look after them, you know what I mean? Try help those guys, you know. So just, and after the Royal Commission into Don Dale youth saga that happened up in Darwin, and, you know, the unlawful use of tear gassing, spit hoods, and kids like getting strapped to chairs and stuff like that for hours on end. You know, like just you see them more helpless and stuff like that. And you see them affect them when they come when they turn 18 and stuff like that too, and they come into in the men's prison and still getting treated the same way and shit like that brings up the past anxieties and that.
100%.
I thought, nah.
Yeah. In saying that, bro, let's rewind it right back to the beginning, bro. Let's hear about the upbringing, the childhood of yourself, bro, and what sort of led you down the path that you eventually went down, bro.
Yeah. Look, I grew up in like housing commission estates and shit like that up and down, and at a really young age, I used to watch a lot of domestic violence and shit like that happen in the house, and the women getting pretty beat up and shit, and heads caved in, and coppers there all the time and stuff like that. Like the parties, and used to so we used to just hit the streets and me and my mates and stuff like that. And just roam, and just to get away from that stuff half the time. And it didn't happen all the time, but when it did, it was pretty bad. And so me and all the brothers and all that, we used to all catch up and on our push bikes, right around the streets, and cause a bit of havoc here and there, and it was a bit fire, but it was safer in some nights out there than what it was at home and stuff like that.
Yeah. So how old are you, bro? So what sort of years are we talking here?
I'm 38.
Yeah, righto. So we're talking what you would have been
86.
86, yeah, mid 80s, righto.
Yeah. 86 baby.
Yep, rightio. So so you grew up in the housing commission sort of area, bit of a once were warriors sort of vibe. Yeah, bro. So yeah. So there was lots of drugs and that around back then, was there, or what was the sort of go there?
Oh, no, not necessarily. It was more just alcohol, and that was it, man. There's a little bit of whipper and shit going around with the speed and all that, but I was too young and all that for all that shit. But you'd always see the older lads and all that, the dealers' houses was always packed, and it was all the uncles and shit like that, like cruising in and out and off their faces and stuff like that. Yeah,
alcohol's a big thing up there, eh? Still to this day, it is. I've spent a bit of time up there myself in Darwin, and it's definitely a problem up there, eh?
Yeah, it's massive. Like, it's funny. Like, it's whenever ABC News or ABC or NT News and all that ever did a story on me or anything like that, they'll come over and ask me questions, and it was all about the kids on the street and youth and stuff like that, and they're like, oh, what about this? What about that? The kids doing this again. I said, well, to be honest, I said, I haven't seen them doing any of that stuff, you know what I mean? So I'm not going to say they did it. I said, I'm not saying that they're not doing it, but, I didn't see them do it. So I'm not saying, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I said, the biggest problem here is all the pubs and clubs and casinos in town. I said, I've seen more dramas happen from there than what I have with these kids running the streets. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, 100%, bro. So I suppose like you're out on the street at a fairly young age then, bro. Like you was destined to sort of go down a life of crime, do you think? Just from what you'd sort of seen growing up and...
Yeah, I was, but it was more of a shock to like, when I was young, we didn't necessarily understand or know that it was a crime. I was that young, you know what I mean? Like shit we were doing, like breaking in the shops and stealing food. We were just stealing food and cigarettes and stuff like that, I was only like 10 years old, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
Okay, yeah, right. So, very young, bro,
yeah. So smoking and cone, like ganja. I was smoking ganja and cigarettes, and even stealing when the parents would drink and that, and they'd pass out during the night. I'd go and sneak the beers out of the fridge, scull a beer when I was 10, and I'd be drunk, shit like that. Yeah.
When did things sort of start to escalate then a bit, bro? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it was when I hit that 13, 14, and I started like drinking heavily then, we used to all pitch in, me and my mates and all that, and family, we used to get bottles of real McCoy or, bourbon or, like rum and that, and just pre-mix it and 2 litre bottles of Coke and walk around the streets and scull it, you know, like
Yep.
mouthful each, you know. yeah. So it started around then, yeah.
Yeah, okay, right. 13, 14. What was your schooling like, bro? Did you attend school much, or did you have much of an education?
I did really, I did, but I didn't, you know, like with all the parties and shit that used to happen, like this is nowhere to below, you know, like with all the parties and all that used to happen around home and all that kind of stuff, and you could never get any sleep, you know what I mean? But, you know, it was always loud, always music, always fighting, always arguing, you know, shit like that, you know, like, yeah, our house was more like a nightclub, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, okay, yep. So as far as like your parents and stuff, bro, like what was the go there? You know, obviously they weren't the best role models for you. You know, so they weren't sending you to school and stuff. Like,
no, they were still sending me to school. Like my mum was anyway. You know,
yeah,
like
okay, yep.
She used to go off at me and that. And my mum and dad split when I was real young. You know, because you know all DVs and stuff like that. You know, so they split up. He moved to a Aboriginal community not far from Darwin City. You know, called Mimarama, and so on the weekends and stuff. You know, like I used to try to go there and. You know, like that's the community, and I used to hang around and stuff like that. You know, go do some fishing and stuff like that with all the family there, with my dad's side. You know, so
yeah,
you know. But my mum, she always, you know, she worked and stuff like that, and you know, like so did my stepdad, and when we was growing up, but I think it was more just like, you know, the partying and the drinking and stuff like that, and the fighting, like you know, just. Yeah, all the abuse and stuff like that. And my mates went through a lot worse of shit than me and my cousins and that, you know what I mean? So
yep.
I used to feel for them too, you know, and so did my mother. So our house was like a halfway house, bro, you know, like we had like, you know, 20, 30, 40 kids there sometimes, you know, my mum would feed them all, you know.
Yeah, right. Yeah, okay, I'll get more of a picture now, bro, yeah. It was sort of, like I said, I was sort of starting to get that bit of a Once Warriors vibe, because it's very, very similar to my sort of upbringing, you know, the parties and the violence and that, and you know, hearing the fighting going on while you're trying to go to bed and shit, you know, I sort of got that vibe. But yeah, okay, bro. So when was your first sort of run in with the coppers, and sort of what went on there?
Yeah, no, look, to be honest, like fortunately when I was young, you know, like I was a bit too quick for them, you know what I mean? Like, but we used to cause big dramas, bro. Like, yeah, we used to chuck trolleys out in the middle of the road, you know, and block them off and throw rocks at them when they'd pull up. And then they'd call for bail and they would chase us through the streets with jumping fences, running through alleyways, you know, like, you know, and I was just, I always got away, you know,
yep.
you know, but I was too quick. But, you know, like, that's, you know, a few of my friends and all that, you know, my mates and all that, they all got done and went to juvie and stuff like that, you know, all the stuff that happened around theirs too, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, like, you know, like, yeah, it wasn't until maybe 13, 14 when I had a run in with the cops, and, you know, it wasn't too long after that, when I had a run in with my mum, you know, and stole her car and that, drink driving. I got busted the tyre, tried doing a burnout, busted, you know, seized the brakes up, and, you know, I was only 14, I think, 14, yeah.
Yeah, okay, and we spoke about that off stream too, bro. That was a sort of bit of a turning point in your life there after that sort of happened with your mum. Can you talk about that a bit?
Yeah. No, look, you know, I was a bit of a terror too. You know, I was running around the streets, bashing people and breaking my hand all the time. I met a couple and stuff just from brawling, you know, and I thought my mum just had enough of it as well. You know what I mean? So, you know, I think when I stole her car, that was it. And I just remember her coming in. I got booted in the ribs, you know, get the fuck out, you know, and she's calling out for my stepdad, and I was like, fuck, I'm waiting around for this, you know, so I was gone, man, at the back door, off over the fence, and I was living on the streets for a couple of weeks, bro, like, you know, I was only, I think, 14, 15, but I was too scared to go anywhere in case they found me, and, you know, so a few of my mates and I, we used to couch hop, and then so I slept at a bus stop a few times, you know, a week, probably maybe 4 or 5 nights all up, you know, just, you know, I was too embarrassed or ashamed to go and ask my mates and that if I could, you know, like crash at theirs. So, you know, I was breaking into the shops and that just to steal food, or going to Woolies or Coles, you know what I mean? Like, you know, just to steal a bit of food, bro, you know, just to eat, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you stole your mum's car, and shit's turned pretty sour there. What went on after that, bro?
Yeah, straight after that, you know, I was walking through Casuarina, the local shopping centre, and I bumped into my sister. This is about Yeah. So this was about 4 or 5 weeks after I did the runner, and my mum was freaking out and they didn't know where I was. And my sister's like, come home, Uncle Scott's here in town, that's my uncle from Adelaide. So, so I floated home and, went and give my mum a hug and that, and I apologised to her and my stepdad for still in the car and that. And and then he just like, oh, you coming to Adelaide with me? I was like, oh, yeah, all right then. So I just packed all my stuff and, jumped in the car with him and he drove me down to Adelaide. Then I lived with him for a few years, and he put me through high school and that there and went through to year 12 and passed that. And so it was a bit of a job, but I was, still running a little bit of a muck down there, but not.
Yeah, okay. So down in Adelaide, you were still running a muck down there? Did much happen, like as far as
not like Darwin style running a muck,
Yeah, okay.
But I used to go to the park, I used to go drinking and shit all the time with with a few mates and that I met at school and all that, and used to brawl all the time, punch on, it was like pretty mad brawls, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So like you talk about brawling a lot, bro. So you obviously had a pretty violent nature to you. You, as we'll talk about further in the podcast, you're right into your boxing. You train boxers, all the rest. Was boxing a part of your life back then?
Nah, never. Like I had a boxing ring. My uncle got me a boxing bag, and some weights and stuff like that when I was only a teenager, for Christmas. So I was just, I used to just practice on there myself. You know what I mean? And apart from that, like it was just all street brawls, street fighting and stuff like that. So that's what taught me. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Yeah. Same here, bro. To be honest, like, I lost a finger and shit too. Street fight. I went through the exact same sort of thing like that. I just had this violent nature, It was like, but yeah. All right, bro. So you went to Adelaide. You sort of pulled your shit together a bit down there. Finished high school. Finished year 12.
Yeah.
What happened after then, bro?
Yeah, but then after that, like, I thought, fuck it, missing home, all my nephews and nieces and that started getting older and they didn't know who I was, and so I didn't want to be a part of it, so I thought I'd boogie back up to Darwin, you know what I mean? So and then when I went back up there, it just kind of slowly started turning to shit again.
Yeah, started turning to shit in what way?
Oh, same thing, just like getting drunk all the time. Started using eckies and getting on the gear and shit and going uptown and again brawling, bro, like fucking smashing, man. It was just every time I go to town, it'd just be like 1 or 2 smashes, man, no matter what. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Was ice in the picture then, or is that what you mean by gear?
Yeah, like ice. Yeah. So, I started using a little bit of that.
Did you end up with an addiction?
Yeah, bad one. Yeah, I was hooked on it hard. Yeah, I was fucking...
Talk us through that a little bit, bro. Talk us through, what your experiences were with the ice. Was there any times that stand out to you that that you think will be valuable for the podcast, like in an addiction sort of way,
Look, there's still a time that I always think about, like I feel bad for my mother, you know what I mean, because that poor old lady, like I was just high, bro. I was fucking high. I'd been up for about a week and a half, I reckon, and so you can only imagine how fucked I was. I hadn't eaten in a couple of days, and and I reckon for about another 2 days, like without a doubt of a lie, I was standing at that front door, just staring out there, like thinking that every single person that walked past that door or that house was a cop.
Fuck, bro, I know you're feeling too well, brother. Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember one morning my mum came out. She's off to work, like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm standing at there's cops. She's like, get off the fucking shit. You can fuck off, And I was just like, but when you're that fried, bro, you don't even acknowledge that kind of shit, or you don't even understand, that just goes straight through and out the other ear, you know what I mean? So,
yeah, nah, bro, definitely. That was I was fucked on the shit myself, bro. Hence why I asked, if you got any sort of stories there, because it was my addiction, bro. It was ice for fucking deep addiction, So did you how was you? Did you just used to smoke it? Did you used to bang it up or?
Nah, I was always just a smoker.
Yep.
Yeah. I remember when like fucking when I first seen it, I was like, what the fuck is that, And my mate's like, oh, ice. And I was like, well, what does it do? Oh no, just get you high. And I'm like, oh yeah. And I was like, you want some? I was like, nah, fuck that. Like he's like, oh, it's out of your system in a couple of days. I was like, oh really? He's like, yeah. But we didn't have a pipe. And he's like, oh, we need to go get a pipe. Can you go in and grab it? I was like, yeah. Right then we rocked up to this one smoke mart place, it's not a smoke mart, it's like a cigarette. And I walked in there and asked for a pipe, and they gave me a ganja pipe, bro, like a weed pipe. And I walked out with that. And my mate's like, not one of them, you fucking idiot, like a glass pipe. And I was like, what the fuck's that, So I had to go back in and ask for a glass one. And got this glass pipe, bro. Come back out, and fuck, man, it was all over from there.
How long was you stuck in it for, bro?
Oh, bro, I was stuck in it for years, man. Like, I reckon nearly 10 years.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably even longer, I reckon. Yeah, it'll be nearly 10 years, yeah.
Yeah, right. How did you get off it, bro? What happened there? Was it going to jail, or was?
Yeah. No, that's what snapped me out of it. Going to prison. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Fuck it.
All right. Before we get into the jail talk, bro, let's talk a little bit about what got you joined a motorcycle club. How did that all come about, and what was that sort of experience like?
Yeah. No, one of my cousins in Adelaide, he just called me up and like, gosh, I'm coming down. I'm here with a few clubbies and all that. We're going to start a chapter up there. And by this point, I didn't even have any affiliations or anything with any club, but because he was my cousin. But I'll come down and catch up with you, And I went down there, and we just fucking party, bro. It was a whole weekend, man, of just one massive party there.
Yeah, lots of I've got experience with them too, bro. Lots of drugs, strippers, everything like that.
Yeah,
I know how it all goes.
Yeah, alcohol, drugs, strippers, bro. It was just fucking. It was a wild night. Yeah, wild couple of nights, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So, how long was you in the club for, bro?
I would have been in maybe, I think it was like 7-8 years.
Yeah. And Rebels, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Rebels.
I was a member of the Rebels, yeah.
Yeah, so what you did you go through the whole nom process and everything like that?
Yeah, I went through all that, bro. I would fucking did that for fucking a little while and that, and they kept extending it by 3 months, like because I kept fucking up, running amok, and when I was still nomming, and well, fucking, you got to nom for another 3 months, another 3 months, like just causing a bit of havoc, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you remember when you first got your patch?
Yeah, I still remember when I first got my patch,
It's a hell of a time.
I remember when I went down to Adelaide. Yeah, there was a bit of shit going down in Adelaide and that, and I went down and helped the fellas down there, and they got mad respect for me from that, and so then when I went back up to Darwin and that, they had my colours waiting for me up there, you know what I mean? So, and I walked in there, and then they had a meeting, and they just presented me with my colours, so which was I was pretty wrapped, and a big party,
Yeah. So you eventually went on to climb the ranks a bit, bro, and become Sarge. Can you talk about that a bit?
Yeah. Look, fucking, a bit of shit was going down here and there, and because I was a bit of a loose fella back in the day, in my younger days and that, and I punched a few of them around, and punched a few cunts around that was talking shit, and it was just pretty wild, like, and they just seen that and got mad respect and stuff like that, So we decided a few of the fellas flew from interstate up to Darwin and to clean the old chapters out, and and made me sergeant at arms, and so I was just one of the bosses then, running it up there in Darwin.
Yeah. And how was that experience, bro? Did you do you think you done a good job at it? Did you think you held the club, held the rank, with pride, like?
Yeah. Look, I did all right, but it wasn't too long after that. I think how long was it? I don't think it was too long after that when I might have been within the year I got done with attempted murder and fucking went to jail. Been in jail ever since.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Now I want to. We're going to get into that story, bro. I want to, if you don't mind talking about it. You just say whatever you comfortable saying, but the story behind all that. What happened for you to commit that attempted murder crime, and what happened leading up to it, bro. If you're happy to talk about it.
No, I'm happy to talk about it, bro. Like, me and I had a few rivals, like these fellas and that were associates of our club and stuff, and he was talking shit about me and stuff like that because I was dating his ex-missus, and he had kids too, And like I told him to pull it up, you know what I mean, and he didn't listen. So I went down and punched the fuck out of him in his shed, and he owned a mechanic shop. And when I left the next day, like, they were doing a bit of fucking shit, and this chick rocked up out of nowhere and, oh, look, like I'm friends with your cousin, blah, blah, blah. And that fella that you bashed last night, I said, yeah. And she's like, well, he's running down putting on the dog, I was like, what the fuck? She's like, yeah. And I just told my mate, I was like, well, fuck it, let's go down and see him, you know what I mean? So he jumped in the car, went to Macca's, floated straight there. And I jumped out, like we parked out the front, and I walked up the driveway and ripped my shirt off just to show him I didn't have any weapons, And I walked up and he wasn't there. And then all of a sudden, like, this is like a big industrial area too, And, I seen his headlights up the road there a bit, like pretty far, And I was thinking, oh, fuck, that's his car, So I walked out, I was walking towards it and did a little twirl and showed him there's no weapons and told him to get out of the car. But and then first gear, second gear, third gear. And I just thought, nah, this cunt's a weak cunt, he's not going to hit me, And fucking bang, and he just, clipped me, that cunt,
Yeah, right. It's fucking pretty decent then, like it got you?
Yeah, bro, he smashed me. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a big, they cut me open from here all the way down to the back here.
I'll be fine.
I'd have, I'd have 1,000 stitches. I had fucking I had about 60 staples. I had tubes hanging out of my lungs, bro, for weeks. 3 ribs went through my lung. It was pretty, he fucked me up. Like, my whole left side of my body was all kind of fucked up. So
right.
My shoulder blades were snapped. Yeah.
Fuck. So what happened? It sort of obviously fucking put you to sleep and you ended up in a coma, correct?
Oh, nah, yeah. Well, when he hit me, I hit the ground, and it's like I kind of blacked out for a second. But then everything started coming back, and I could see him like parked up at the road, but staring at me. I thought, oh fuck, and I couldn't move. I was thinking, fuck, this cunt's gonna run me over, And I was looking, and then there was nothing, So, and then all of a sudden, my fingers started moving and my feet, and and I pushed myself. I don't know how I did it. I pushed myself off the ground, bro, and I just coughed up a heap of blood, and it just felt like jelly, man. I was just like, oh fuck. So what's that? And then I told my mate, I said, look. I said, you got to get me to the hospital, bro. He's like, and we were laughing about it, and he's like, why? I said, bro, there's something happening inside me. I can feel it, man. I'm going to die. And he's like, nah. I said, bro, get me to the hospital. And we only walked about 5 meters, but by the time I got to that probably about 2-3 meters, he had to carry me pretty much all the way to the car and had to open the car, chuck me in. I was in that much pain. Like, I was hurting, man. Like, it fucking, fucking.
Fuck. How long was the hospital trip?
Well, it was pretty slow because fucking, the hospital wasn't even that far, Palmerston Hospital that we went to. But because I was in that much pain, every fucking bump hurt, you know what I mean? I'm like, fuck. But this cunt's driving up behind us, ramming us in his Hilux with his fucking bullbar and shit, And they feel me hit, and I'm just like, oh, well. But then my mate chucked it in reverse and we rammed him, and then he fucked off, and we finally got to Palmerston Medical Centre, and as soon as we got there, like, it was blood everywhere. Like, I was coughing up shit, and
Close
the ambulance come. Still remember it. Yeah, close to death. I still remember in the back of the ambulance they strapped me up to the machine. They cut all my clothes off, and the paramedic that was checking my vitals and stuff like that. They're like, we need to do it. We need to do it now. We're losing him. And then boom, I was gone, bro. That's what I remember.
Yeah, right. And so, you went into a coma, correct? Or they put you in a coma, or
Yeah, I was in a coma for a number of days. Yeah, so I was, you know, I still remember. I remember waking up from the coma, but yeah, I don't actually remember. Like, and I remember going to Macca's before it all happened, because when I came out of the coma, I remember him pulling, the nurse was standing over the top of me in ICU, and she pulled the tube out and vomiting everywhere, and I couldn't talk and that because it'd been down my throat for fucking, like, I think it was a couple of weeks. And then, but yeah, when I've actually woken a couple of days later, after being in the coma and all that, yeah, I remember seeing my mate that was there that I went to Macca's with, and I'm like, bro, you still got that fucking Macca's? I said, I'm fucking starving. And he's, yeah, and he's laughing. He's like, oh, you cunt. He's like, bro, you've been in a coma, you fuckhead. And I didn't even believe him, mate. I'm like, fuck off, idiot. I was like, I thought I'd just passed out for, like a couple of hours or something, Yeah. And then he's like, no, and he's showing me all the news clippings and that, I was like, oh, fuck, what happened, bro? So.
Did you have any head injuries at all, or?
No head injuries. Yeah, it's just pretty much just all this area here, just pain just hit me. Yeah,
fucking lucky, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. If it wasn't for the fellow I was with, they said that I would have died. Yeah, straight out.
Yeah. And was you still part of the club at this time? Like.
Yeah, still part of the club. I was still the sergeant at arms. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and I remember. After being in ICU for a few weeks, and they sent me down to recovery unit. I think it was about a week and a half, and I was sitting there, and I remember this nurse came in, and I was chatting to her, and this is the second time I had I had to get an operated. I had two major operations, and bang, I just went into shock, bro. I was like, I can't breathe, and she's like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't swear, but she's like, what? Are you right? And she just ran and hit this emergency button on the wall, and the whole every light went off in the ward except for the light that led to our room to the lift, and all these doctors and surgeons come running in, and they chuck me in they said, he's losing a lot of blood. We don't know where it is. We're going to have to open him up, and find out where this internal bleeding's coming from. And as they're running me down to the surgery, they're like, oh, look, this is about midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. And they're like, oh, the doctor looks at me and he's like, oh, usually around this, we'll let you call your loved ones when you got operations like this and say your goodbyes, because I'm letting you know now you've lost about 4.5 litres of blood, and you're going to lose another 1.5, 2 litres on the operating table. And they only had permission to pump, I think it was 2 litres back into me after the operation. And he goes, look, I'm not going to lie to you, you're probably not going to survive this operation. And I said, and he goes, we haven't even got enough time for you to let you make a phone call, Is there anything you'd like to tell your loved ones? I said, yeah. I said, can you just tell my mum and that, Yeah, bro. So I was like freaking too, I was like, yeah. I said, like, just tell my mum and all that, my love, just tell her I love all the family and all that, and I'll be looking after them on the other side, And bang, again, I was out. Yeah, and then I woke up. That's when I woke up with all the fucking staples and the stitches and fucking tubes hanging in my lungs. Like, fuck, that was a pretty fucked up recovery, that one.
Yeah, right. So what? How long how long was your recovery and stuff, bro? How long till you were back out on your feet, and then obviously what goes on after that?
Yeah, it was months, bro. Like nearly a year, you know what I mean? Before, and I still need operations now from 2016, from when I got ran over. You know what I mean? So, but I'm waiting on them soon. So
yeah, wow.
But yeah, man. So but. When I went to jail, after this all happened, I guess, and I checked myself out of ICU. Just thought, fuck this. If I'm going to die, I'm going to die with a bang. You know what I mean? So I've taken off, bro. Did a runner from hospital and fucking got my mate to pick me up, and I called a few of the lads and that, and we're like, fuck this, let's go to town. So I've gone to town, bro, and had a heap of Charlie on me. I was racking lines and fucking snorting coke and fucking. Shots after shot, we were just pub crawling and, gone to another blue there that night, and fuck, man, it was, yeah.
Can I just ask, what was actually going through your head at this point, bro? You've just checked out of fucking, not just hospital, ICU, so you've obviously ripped all your drips and shit out, you fucking, you know.
Yeah. I was gone, bro.
And then you're pumping Charlie and the shots and shit, bro. Like, was it still going through your mind? Like, this is the end of my life. I'm going out with a bang. Like,
yeah, bro. Yeah, fucking oath. Yeah.
Fuck, bro.
Yeah, so yeah, I thought, fuck, and then I had all my cousins see me in town, and my sister, like, because she works at the hospital too, so the hospital's calling her. So the hospital's calling my sister and that, and my sister's calling me at like every 5 minutes for the whole night. Get the fuck back to hospital, you can't, you're gonna die, and and I'm just like, oh fuck, it's alright, like fuck, but no, it was a wild night though, but fuck. But I had to get checked. I ended up going back to hospital, and I had pneumonia then after that, so I was all fucked up, broken bones and shit. Yeah. So I was all broke. I broke all my ribs on the left side of my body. My shoulder blades, everything. And, went to town, and this was only a few weeks after. Like, if it wasn't for the pain meds, I probably wouldn't be able to do it. And the fucking Charlie, the coke, and but and then about a day or two after that, I could feel I was fucked, bro. Like I was coughing up shit, and I knew straight away again, like I was dying again. And I went and checked in the hospital again, and fuck, like, you're fucked, man. Like, you got to stay here, bro. Like, don't take off again. Like, you'll die. I'm like, yeah, right then. And stayed there until there. They just finally discharged me then.
Yeah, okay. So once you finally left the hospital, how long are we talking? Like, once you was back out legally on your feet,
Oh, weeks, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was a few weeks, yeah. Yeah, so.
And what happened then?
And then they finally just. Then like I went to. My mate picked me up. I took off to back home there, and it was all chilling and shit like that. I was that fuck, bro. I was asleep all day. Wake up, have a tiny fucking nibble of a feed because I was on the endones, I was on tramadol, I was on like oxycotin's been like 200 milligrams in the morning, 200 milligrams at lunch, and like that's just one of them. You know what I mean? That's not even including the endones and that. So I was that smash, bro, on these morphine tablets and that, just to fucking, heal myself up from those broken ribs and that. So I was out like a light, bro. Every time.
Yeah. So, once you end up going on this revenge plot, bro, can you sort of give us a rundown on that and tell us what happened? And then your jail experience after that.
Yeah, fucking no. Well, it's while I was fucked up in home in bed and all that, I had one of my nephews called me up, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, Unks, one of my mates just left old mate's workshop. The fellow that I attacked, the one that hit me. I was like, oh yeah, what's going on? He was like, no, he's trying to round up a big crew, to run through your house. I was like, oh yeah, no worries. But everybody walked off and said, nah, fuck that, he's a good cunt, And they all took off and called me up and told me, So at my house, I had no weapons in there, bro. Like that was like family home, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like a safe house, you know what I mean? Like, and so I thought, fuck this. So I ended up grabbing my mate and two of my mates. One he's a good fella, not a criminal, nothing like that. He just went to primary school and grew up with another member and got caught up in this little episode from Mildura. And we all went off to Bunnings and bought a few axes and went to Mitchell's Camp and Outdoor World and bought a few machetes and balaclavas and took off back home, waiting for him to run through the house, So, but it's unfortunate. Like, and I've popped all my meds now, and waiting for these cunts to run through the house, and like I've passed out, and this is 100% like no word of a lie. And as I've passed out, the fellas that are supposed to be looking after me, they all got drunk, and they've gone and grabbed all those machetes and axes I bought, and they've taken off and ran through the fella's work shed and just attacked the fuck out of him, you know what I mean, and fucked him up, man, nearly killed him, so, and I still had no knowledge of this even happening or anything like that, you know what I mean, and till the next day, they were like, and then one of them's like, oh, we got him, and I'm like, who the fuck did you get, you know what I mean, that's all they said. I was getting angry too. I was like, fuck, who the fuck did you get, like, don't tell me you got him and you fucking don't tell me, what's going on. And then, that was it. And then next day, man, fuck, bro, like just little flash bombs and that going off in the house. I had fucking dots, man, all over my chest, all over my head, like TRG come in there, zip tied me, my ankles to my fucking hands and dragged me out by my ankles, bro, all the way to the front, man. Fucking fucked me up. Was hitting me with the barrel of the fucking gun, bro. Goes, I dare you to move. I dare you to move. Go on. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on here? You know, then they charged me with attempted murder, bro. And I was like, what fucking attempted murder, you know?
Wow, so it was a whole, you're innocent, bro, at the end of the day.
Yeah, fucking oath I am, bro. Like,
right, so,
but you
I
know, look.
No, brother, I thought you was, I thought you actually, that's what you actually did it. So, yeah, okay, I'm on the right track now.
Yeah, nah. You know, like, there's been crimes and stuff like that I've done, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, similar, but, you know, this time here, you know, like, it was just a revenge plot, but, you know, a few lads went and done it, and, yeah, I was the one, because I used my card to purchase the weapons and all that, you know, and, you know, apparently there was when the forensics did the DNA on all the weapons that were used, like, I don't know who left the axe, but whoever went and done what they did, when they've come home, they've, one of the axes that we used in attacking old mate, they'd thrown in my room, and that was the only weapon that was used, that when the forensics did all the DNA testing, that had the victim's blood on it.
Wow.
So there's no way in the world, yeah, bro, you know, so there's no way in the world that I'm going to fucking beat this charge. And if I fought it in court, I would have got life in prison under the Mandatory Sentencing Act. But, you know, I just thought, fuck it, you know, I've got to fucking stay staunch, you know, I can walk with my head up high, I plead guilty to it, and fucking, you know, fuck the rest from there, you know.
Yeah. And had you done any jail before this?
Yeah, I did a small whack, you know, for robbery and company. That was for a debt collection I did up there in Darwin again, you know, and we grabbed this cunt and fucking threw him in a car and punched the fuck out of him, and took money. I only took $450 off him, but you know, the cunt owed me $3,600, you know, like,
yep.
And then the cunt fucking went and lagged on me to the cops, you know, the fucking, you know, and then I got done with robbery and company, and they tried charging me with like kidnapping, deprivation of liberty and shit like that, but I beat all them. And in the end, they just got me done with a robbery and company charge.
Yeah. How long was that first lagging?
I did just over 12 months for that, but with a 3-year sentence.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right. All right. So you end up in court for this fucking attempted murder, and end up getting a whack there. What was that?
Pardon?
Like, you end up getting a whack there for the attempted murder. What was the length of the sentence there?
Yeah, I got just over 8 years on top with I think it was 4 to serve. Yeah.
Yep. So you've and
3 to serve.
Yeah, right.
No, 4. Yeah, it was 4 to serve.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So what prison did they throw you in, bro?
They threw me in Holt's up and down there. You know, because that's where I was living, and that's where it all happened, went down. You know. So,
yeah. Yep. Yeah. Right. Okay. So, anyway, you've gone into jail. Do you have any dramas and shit when you first sort of got there, or like was this bloke known and stuff, or?
Nah, like every time this fella used to, he thinks he is, but every time he came to jail, he just went straight to the boneyard, bro. Like,
yeah, one of those.
Like fucking one of them cunts, you know, like just, you know, straight in jail, straight to protection, you know, like, and then when he's out, he's running around the streets acting mad, you know, like.
Yeah. Did he end up ever get anything for doing what he did to you?
Nah, you know, like,
got away with it.
Yeah, weird story. He got away with it, and after he did it, you know, like he even took a screenshot of the newspaper and posted all over his Facebook, telling everyone he'd done it. And it still didn't happen. Nothing happened over that. No one got charged. Nothing like that. Like, I didn't give a fuck, you know. Like in the end, but yeah, it is what it is. You know, you put yourself in those situations, but you know, the outcomes can go either way. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
You know, you just got to find that, you know, the right outcome for you. You know, and use it to the best of your knowledge, and
100%.
Change it. You know what I mean?
Definitely, bro. 100%. Yeah, right. So another thing I want to talk about, bro, while you're locked up, there was a bit of an incident that happened in jail. We'll flash the video of it up on the screen too. Yeah. Can you talk about that a bit?
Yeah, fucking no. Yeah, well, he was one of the associates of the fellow that ran me over too, you know what I mean? So, you know, but when he come in, he was just like, again, he was just walking around prison and stuff like that, and I was a bit sus on him, and he's like, just out of nowhere, he's like, oh, see that cunt over there, he's a dog. that cunt there's a dog. If he was down in Yatala or Port Augusta prison, you know, like when I did time down there, he'd be in protection, right? They all got shipped up, and I thought, oh, nah, this bloke, you know, he's fucking sounds a bit staunch, you know, like yeah, and then out of nowhere, but like he got bail. He was in there for a big drug syndicate, and anyway, he got bail and fucked off, and then he's running around the streets outside saying he's going to shoot me, like out of nowhere, and I was thinking, where did this come from, you know, like. You know, he was just in the fucking block telling me that that's cunt the dog or that cunt the dog, you know what I mean? Like, and so I thought, fuck him, you know, like when he comes back, I'm just going to do him then, you know. And and then when he came back, it came out, you know, the news plastered all over. He was a prison snitch and a drug syndicate boss informant, you know, like, and so when he came into the block, and I seen him, you know, like he was in the block next to me. I was in max block, he was in medium, and I yelled out to him, you know, and I said, Louis, come here, you know, and he walked to the fence. I said, bro, I said, when me and you bump into each other, you know, I said, it's on, like, don't put your head down, don't look away. I said, we smash it. I said, just fucking start throwing, bro. I said, because it's going to be on. And he is like acting mad in the other yard, so yeah, fucking oath, you know, like talking shit. And, you know, so 2 days later, I got him escorted, you know, like, because when you're in max block, you got to wait till like black jackets come down and handcuff you, shackle you up, and you get escorted everywhere through the prison. So I had to wait for that. And then, I went into medical and, I got called to the nurse office, you know. I remember seeing my nephew in there and I was like, fuck, I hope that Lindsay cunt comes into jail, you know, and comes into medical here, so I'm going to do him, you know. And then I went to see the nurse, and when I finished, as I was walking out, I see him sitting there, you know, I thought, fuck, I think this ain't getting done, you know. And it was just, as soon as I opened the door, I went and gave one of my mates, another brother, my Albanian brother there from Adelaide G, you know, and went and gave him a hug, you know, because I knew I was going down the back there for a long time again. And then just walked up and just, kicked him in the head and just fucking busted his nose open and just started punching the piss out of him,
Yeah, fucking deserved it, bro, by the sounds of it.
Yeah, it's just no good, man. Like, you know, fucking.
Was you aware of the cameras and everything like that? Like you said, you knew you were doing a big whack back down there, so.
Yeah, I knew I was going down. I pretty much spent fucking the whole remand, you know, like I spent over nearly 2 years in max block, you know, like in back cells, out, SEPCON, like separate confinement, back out, separate confinement, back out, you know what I mean? Like, you know, 23 hours up there, no TVs, shit like that, you know. Yeah. I was used to it, you know, and that's where all the good counts were, you know what I mean? Like, you know, so we used to all just chill out there and have a laugh, you know. None of us had TVs, we just yarn, and, you know, like, yeah. So it was fucking, yeah.
Yeah, right. So you end up getting slapped with another sentence on top there while you're already locked up.
Yeah, they gave me an extra 4 years all up, for fucking bashing in there, inside a prison, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, right. So, how long did you end up serving all up then, bro? Like actually behind bars?
Just under 7. So all up, I served nearly 9 years,
Yeah, okay, right, yep. Now, there's another thing I wanted to talk about too, and Chase and I actually spoke about this, bro, but I suppose you'll probably be able to give a good insight on it too. I'm not sure if this is in Darwin or Alice Springs, but how the Screws used to throw all the rival gang members and shit into one yard and fucking go and watch them on the cameras and bet on them like UFC. Like, can you talk about that a bit?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Well, I was the one that heard them all because I had to go see a fucking site, you know, and when I first got in and I was fucking in max block and the black jackets come and escorted me there, and where the interview rooms are, where you see your psychologists and stuff like that, it's in the centre of the yard where the chiefs and all that sit.
Yep.
So they've escorted me there and they put me in there, and when I finished seeing the psych and all that, I've gone and sit in the waiting seat, you know, waiting for black jackets to come grab me and take me back to the block, and I heard all these officers coming out of the side door, and they were laughing. And one of them was the senior of the black jackets, Mr. Lewis. There was 2 chiefs and 2 chief officers and just a 2-striper. And I heard them laughing and talking, and they were placing bets. So 100%, I heard it with my own ears. They're placing bets about they're going to move a prisoner from E block into B block, and watch them on the cameras and see how long it'll take, and I'll place some bets on how long it'll take for them two to punch on two enemies. And I turned around, I walked down, I said, "What the fuck did you just say?" And they just boom, bro. Like they just fucking went into like, "Get the fuck back there, sit down." And boom, blackjackets come running over, bro, and they just fucking shackled me up again and fucking dragged me down to fucking Sepcon and cancelled my visits, put me on I was on 30-minute visits, one visit a week for 30 minutes, full non-contact, just because, you know, like I confronted them about that, you know, so about placing bets on, and throwing rivals in the same area, you know, like just to fucking watch them punch on and shit like that. And,
fucking putrid, isn't it?
Yeah, just pieces of shit, man. Like, seriously. Like,
what was that up in Darwin?
Yeah, that was in Darwin, yeah.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, right. Fuck. Yeah, Chase sort of started to go into it a bit. But yeah, it was something I really wanted to talk to you about because I knew you was the one that, come across it. And obviously that'd still be happening, bro. You know, obviously, you know, it's...
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Well, that same officer...
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that same officer now, the black jacket, you know, and he's going around putting, coming through Max Block and putting cunts on the dog and the tech, he's going Crownie, he's a fucking Tamp, and this and that, you know, and Rock Spider, you know. And so people just getting done in there, you know, and it wasn't even happening. They was just placing bets, bro, like, you know, with the other screws and that, like, to see how far, you know, like, it'd go and shit like that, you know what I mean? Just, you know, just being idiots. And again, I just put it, like, when the Chiefs and that came down one time, and I just put it straight on them, bro, like, you know, like I had the whole block behind my back anyway, like, you know what I mean? Like, and I just went straight up to him and said, "Where the fuck's Mr. Lewis?" You know, like, "Oh, yeah, no, he's not on today." And I said, yeah. And I confronted him about it and told him what happened, you know. I said, "Look, this is what's fucking going down, bro. I said, you might want to fucking talk shit and fucking get us more to fucking start, you know, get us more charges and shit like that for talking shit." I said, you know, like, I said, "I don't give a fuck who you are, or what badges you got, or what little fucking uniforms you got wearing." I said, "Well, you know, you just get done. You know what I mean?"
Yeah.
And yeah, that didn't go down too well. And then the next day, Mr. Lewis came back on, and I was walking laps through the yard because I was on separate confinement. So they let you out in the yard one by one. You know, you do your little 15 minutes and then back in the cell. You know. And he's come over to let one of the tug cart drivers in that brings all the food around through the gate. He's like, "What? Hey, Walthouse, come here. What? You got a problem? You got something to say?" I said, "Yeah, you're a fucking dog." And he's like, "Wait, I'll be there. I'll be in there soon." I said, "Come in here now." I said, "You know, like this cunt's over 110 kilos. I was only 78, 79 kilos." I said, "Come in here now." I said, "Just me in here, you know?" And he's like, "Oh, I'll come in there soon. You wait." And then he fucking went, unlocked it. And then he went back to the office. And then nothing happened, you know what I mean? Like, and then he come back, "Oh, if you want to sort this out, you know, wait till you get out." I said, "Yeah, fucking oath, bro." I said, "Come see me when you get out." I said, "When I'm out, bro." I said, "I'll happily sort this out with you, bro." You know what I mean? Like, fuck. Yeah, pieces of shit, mate. Just idiots like that, you know what I mean? Like, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, yeah, you do the crime, you do." Yeah, fair enough. You know, but what if you didn't do the crime and you're still doing the time? You know what I mean? And then got to put up with idiots like that, you know? Like, and there's other cases in there, like Zach Greaves and all that too. Like, here's another one that got life in jail. And he wasn't even there, didn't even commit. He got more than the blokes that done the actual murder, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Fuck. Unreal, bro. It's fucking, it's a mad story, eh? Like, and, you know, but in saying it, it's not as uncommon as, you know, the average person would actually think. It'd happen a lot, I reckon, you know, similar things like that. They're fucking, you know, it's probably 1 in 10 screws that are decent, you know, in my experience anyway, but, you know,
100. You know, look, I'll be lying if I didn't say that there wasn't, you know, officers like fucking screws, fucking corrections officers, police officers. If there wasn't ones there that work for them that aren't out there just to do their job and do the right thing by the community, you know what I mean? But it's that small percentage of the idiots that are out there breaking the law themselves and getting away with it and causing the dramas and doing all this stupid shit, you know what I mean? Like shit that we're getting years for, and they're just getting away with it because they're wearing a badge and that, you know what I mean? It's them fellas there that I've got the problem with, you know?
Definitely, bro, 100%. Like, yeah, you know, and it's happening all around the country, bro. It's not, you know, it's obviously just becoming more apparent, you know, to the public from up that way, you know. Yeah, unbelievable, bro. Yeah. So, all right, you've gotten out of jail, bro. What can you remember that first day getting out free, and you know what was going through your head?
Bro.
And
Yeah, I was nervous as fuck. I was freaking out.
Did you have much support on that
Anxiety was
side?
just, I did have some support, from Dion, Danny and all that, Danny Lloyd more from DASA, like the Crystal Clear Outreach Program,
Yep.
fuck man, they were coming visiting me for like 2 years, two and a half, nearly 3 years before I got released, like at least once a month, if they couldn't make the visit, they were phoning up, like, oh, you're right, like blah, 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 and doing, like helping me out while I was in prison till I got out, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
on that note...
No, they were solid.
Yeah, sorry, brother, but on that note, talking about Dion and Danny, they mentioned something about, you wanting to get out and help the youth. Can you talk about that a bit?
Yeah, definitely. Well, if you like Google my name and shit, like, and you look at the news clipping in the front of the NT newspaper when I bashed that informant in the medical area in Darwin, it even says in that clipping, Rebels Sergeant at Arms or whatever like that. Rex says he's going to mentor kids when he gets out. You know what I mean? And I've been saying it the whole time. Like since I got sentenced to today. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that's what I want to do. You know what I mean? Especially seeing all them young fellas and that, and dealing with all them Don Dales, all the kids that were going through the Royal Commission, helping them out with their court cases and that. You know what I mean? So, it's something that hadn't changed in like 6 years, you know what I mean? Like, I was pushing every year to try get it done, you know what I mean? To try build that kind of respect and, from the outer community, you know what I mean? So that when I did get released, I could be trusted enough just to be given a shot, you know what I mean? From any company, any organisation, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%, yeah. And look, bro, like, straight up, I've just come across you on social media, bro, and that's what you're noticed for in my eyes. So it's obviously, doing its thing. It's obviously working, bro. It's you're definitely being noticed, bro. That's for sure.
Yeah, like it's I've had a lot of help there with Jason Lord and all that at Aranda Community Boxing Academy. Like, as soon as I got out, brother, and mad love, like I went straight in there the same day, into the boxing academy, and I haven't left, and Lordy's just boom, no worries, help, like you can just help here, help there, help here, and then 1 week after another, and then he put me through my AIS coaching course, and like he's just teaching the Rommies like apprentice, you know what I mean? So, but nothing but love, you know what I mean? And like he come from the same walk of life that I did, when he was younger, so.
Yeah.
He worse than what I went through, you know what I mean? So, and it just went with it just flowed from there, bro, like it was not mad.
Yeah, unreal, man. It's beautiful what you're doing out there, bro. What are your future dreams and aspirations, bro?
Just to keep doing what I'm doing, man, like, I just want to, find someone to start my own family. I've got no kids and shit. So, like, so what I'm doing is just like a passion for that too, you know what I mean? Like helping all these kids with that because, like it's too many of us that's happened here in the territory too. Around Australia, I mean, like it's like I don't want my message just to be focused in NT, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I want to travel around Australia, bro, and see all these, go through these communities and meet all the leaders and stuff like that and organisations and that and, and just learn from them too, like it's, because it's a big issue, it's a big problem, and too many people, like lock them up, lock these cunts up, lock these shit people up, lock them up. They keep talking like that. But and then when it comes to somebody having a solution or even an example or like of a program or a solution, they're like, oh, that's bullshit. You know what I mean? Like they don't want to hear it. You know what I mean? Like,
100%.
If you want to, if you want these mobs to stop bloody smashing your cars and stealing your cars and like run through your house, then you got to listen to the solutions. You know what I mean? You got to listen to these plans and stuff like that are put in place from people like me and other good people around Australia that are doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So
yeah, 100%, bro. And another thing I just wanted to ask, bro, is like, did the being tied up with the club, did that all come to an end during your sentence?
Yeah, that all come to the end. Like pretty much the beginning of the sentence. You know what I mean? Like, or a year into it, like. I'm not gonna fucking lie, bro. Like, like I might get a little bit of backlash to this, but there was no mail, no money, no visits, no love to my family or nothing like that when I went to jail, you know what I mean? So I thought, well, if that's the case, fuck this, boom, see you later, you know what I mean?
100%, bro.
So I'll just do my own thing, you know, and you know, that's what I did. I just stuck there with all my nephews and my little cousins and my mates and my brothers and that in jail, and you know, we formed a little crew and stuff like that where we should just look after each other in that place, you know what I mean? And you know, there's only I probably count on my one hand how many brothers when they got out of jail that sent their numbers in, or even the brothers that were out of jail that never been in jail sent their numbers in and sent me in money and sent me in letters and sent me in photos, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%, bro. It's unfortunately a fucking horrible thing. You know, it's whether you be tied up in a club or just individual, bro, in jail. And it's something I've noticed too since being out is like same deal. Nobody cares for you when you're in there. You feel so alone, you know. But then as soon as you're out, everybody wants to know you and love you. But one thing I've come to, you know, and this is sort of defending that a bit, is now I'm out of jail, bro. There's so many boys in there that I was going to write a letter to, going to put money in for them, you know, this and that. But it's like it's always on the back thing, and it's that's just owning up and being honest, you know. It's one of them things, bro. I know, but you know, when a club is involved, it's a different story, bro. It's supposed to be a brotherhood, and but it happens so fucking often, bro. Especially when they're doing a long lag, and you know, it's supposed to usually you hear about it's supposed to be like $100 a week in your account or whatever. But yeah, it just doesn't happen, bro. You end up getting forgotten about, and it's like, yeah. But anyway, bro, look, you're out. You're doing fucking great things, brother. Let me ask you a question, bro. If you had 5 minutes with the whole world listening to you, what would you say?
Probably just, you know, stop hating. You know what I mean? Like, you know, stop cursing, stop hating. You know, live your life. You know what I mean? Like it's you know, just help everyone there. Like fuck, like you know, like don't judge people. You know, by the looks of them, don't judge people by, you know, or by their appearance or the way they are, or you know what I mean? Because you just don't know what's going on inside their head. You know what I mean? Like you don't know what they're about. You don't know what they've been through. You don't know anything about it. You know, if they've got a family or not or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like I've gone into cases and stuff like that in jail and stuff like that where I've walked up to people and I've seen them down, whatever, and I just didn't even know them, bro, and I just had a yarn with them, boom. Before you know it, picked them up, you know, had a mad convo and made a mad mate out of it, you know what I mean? So, you know, it's just, that's what it's all about, bro. It's just all about fucking, you know, like caring for one another, loving one another, bro, you know what I mean?
Love, that's right.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You know, like, and it's, you know, it's just how it has to be, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you fucking go a long way, a lot more further loving, bro, than hating and being fucked up, you know? It's one thing I've come to learn of recent, bro. It doesn't cost a cent to be fucking kind, you know. If you don't like somebody, you don't have to make a big deal of it, bro. You know, just fucking you can just block them out of your fucking life and just not even worry about them. You don't have to, you know, be nasty or fucking, you know, create hate because it's just you just get stuck in your own rut, bro. You know, and you just, you know, you're you know
that's
what
exactly
I'm saying,
right.
Brother. Like,
100%. You know, like it's like after I got locked up, you know, like and took the rap, bro, and I just hated everything and everyone, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And then I thought, brother, like, well, sitting in themselves, man, I thought, fuck, if I keep going like this, I'm going to be doing full time, probably even another 4 or 5 years, you know, for more assaults. I said, you know, like, you know, I'm just going to be in max block the whole time, you know.
Yeah.
How am I going to? I said, I don't want to be sitting here feeling like this, angry and hating everyone all the time, you know. But yeah, no, I just had to learn and teach myself, bro, years, and it took me months and months and months, and even every year, you know, I've just tapping into it, you know, tapping into here and here, and just it got to the point. It was before I got released, like, you know, the officers and that, well, not all of them, but some of them were still going through out of their way to treat me like shit and talk to me like shit and fuck with my mail and this and that, and it just got to the point, bro. It didn't even bother me anymore, you know what I mean? I was like, oh well, you know, like, on ya, you know, and just walked off, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
It's exactly what I was getting at, you know. It's once you can learn to switch off from hate, your fucking life becomes so much better, bro. It does, you know. Like, even when it comes, and you'd be copping this now, bro, you're starting to blow up on social media and that. I don't know if you are, but I assume you would be because it happens to everyone. Hate, you get a lot of hate in your comments or, like I notice it on TikTok a lot, bro, but I used to be one of them cunts that'd be like, Right, mate, I'll find where you fucking live and I'll come and do ya, you know? Like, but these days, bro, I just see it and it motivates me, bro. Because it's literally, there's 1% of them are like that. The majority of it's positive. Follow the positive, bro. You can't go wrong.
That's it, you know, look, and to be honest, when I first started, like, blowing up on Insta and shit, you know, like it bothered me a little bit, you know, like, and I used to just delete. Now just leave it. I think, well, fuck it, you know, because now then everybody else can see how much idiots we've got to deal with, you know what I mean, and put up with, like
100%,
you know,
bro.
It's just digital evidence of the kind of mentality and that we have of these people in the world today. You know, and they're calling us the idiots and they're calling us stupid and criminals and this and that. Like, the shit they say is
at the end of the day,
itself,
bro,
you know what I mean? Like,
at the end of the day, they're still making you famous. They're still putting that extra view on your post. They're still, you know, so at the end of the day, fuck them, bro. They're helping.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was pretty funny. I remember someone commented something stupid on there. Oh, who cares? You know, like, you know, nobody even gives a fuck, you know, stop posting this shit. And I was like, you know, like I posted a video up in like 2 days, it was already reaching 100,000 views, you know. I'm like, well, you know, nearly 100,000 views in 2 days. Come on, like, you know, for somebody that's only been on Instagram for four weeks, you know what I mean? I was like,
that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, I said obviously. So there's obviously people care about what I'm saying. You know, if that's how many views I'm getting, you know what I mean? Like,
100%.
Fuck me, dude. Yeah.
100%. And if I can give you any advice at all, bro, don't stop. Keep pushing them. Keep doing it. Just keep being the soul fucking, you know, that soul traveller, bro, and just keep pushing, bro, because there's big things going to happen for you, bro. 100%. You know, the way Denny and all them boys speak of you, bro, is you know, and that cunt's got a thick sense, bro. I swear to God, he creeps me out a bit in that way, to be honest, and he'll probably laugh watching this, man. But he's a good bloke, bro, and he truly speaks very highly of you, bro, and sees big things for you in the future, you know. And yeah, it's yeah. But we're coming to an end, brother. A couple more things. Where can people find you, bro? Give us a bit of a spill on your socials, and you're pretty easy to find.
Yeah. I'm pretty easy to find, in public and stuff like that, yeah. But even socials, man, like, you know, you just got to Google me or, you know, like Instagram, you know, like, so I'm on all that too, you know what I mean? So, you know, like, it's good too, you know, I've got heaps of people reaching out to me on there, you know, like, even, you know, like, doesn't matter, I had a young fella from, you know, like Brisbane Roar reach out to me, his family's going through the exact same thing in Queensland, you know, but soccer saved him, so, you know, he's talking to me about, you know, what I'm saying has inspired him and that to, you know, get up and stand up and fight too, you know what I mean? Like, so, you know, like, you can find me on all that. And, well, Alice Springs, you know, you'll find me here too. NT, you know, Darwin. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Nah, awesome, bro. All your links and shit, they'll all flash up on the screen, bro. They'll be in the descriptions on all platforms. Yeah, bro, I guess I just want to hear a bit of advice from you, bro, for, you know, maybe someone that, you know, is getting tied up in a life of crime or right back to when you was, you know, on the gear. Somebody that's, you know, heading down that sort of path, bro. What's a bit of advice you can throw out there for them, bro?
Yeah, I just, you know, like, if I had anything to say to them, I'd just be like, just stay away from it. Just say no, you know what I mean? Don't even bother about it. Don't even get involved in it. Like, you know, especially with drugs and stuff like that, because that's where it all leads to anyway. Like, you know, it starts off with the drugs and then all of a sudden you're fucking doing, you know, you're in jail doing, you know, like serious assaults, attempted murder, you know what I mean? Like, so, you know, just focus on what's important and it's yourself, you know what I mean? Like, and, get your head clear, you know, find out what you want in life and go for it.
Well said, brother. I couldn't have said it better myself, man. It's, there's no fucking future in it, that's for sure, bro.
Yeah.
Anyway, brother, look, it's been an absolute honour, bro, you know, having you on my podcast to share your story for the first time. I can only say that there's going to be a lot of other people that are going to be reaching out to you, wanting you to jump on theirs. So, truly blessed to have had you jump on mine firstly, bro. And, yeah, man, look, keep doing you, bro. Keep fucking putting that foot in front of the other, brother. Keep helping those fucking young ones, man, and you're going to go places, bro. I can guarantee it.
Yeah, no worries. Appreciate it.
All good, brother. Guys, that is Shannon Outhouse. It's been an honour, bro. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. Cheers.